Klaus, congratulations on being the next chief conductor of the Concertgebouw Orchestra, and this is your new office. Cool, huh?
Thank you so much. I love it. It's such an honor.
Yeah.
I can't wait to start.
I will happily speak on behalf of the orchestra. After all, that's how this position is given, that it is voted for by the musicians. One of the wonderful things about this orchestra.
I mean, the spirit of this hall is just extraordinary. And I think also the symbiosis between the orchestra and the hall is something also, because it really gives the identity also to the orchestra for the sound. But this is just an extraordinary, beautiful place, I must say. Yeah.
You are going to be, firstly, artistic partner.
Yes.
What does the words artistic partner mean to you, and what does that actually mean artistically for us?
So, I mean, I like to work so that I commit to orchestras, and I think that gives a much more sustainable way of working for me personally. And that's why also I have my commitments now with also Philharmonic and Orchestre Paris to orchestras and institutions which I deeply, deeply adore. And I'm committed to them, which means that I can't take the possession right at this exact moment. But being an artistic partner, I think, is a way for us to grow in the relationship and then, prepare and get to know each other even deeper. And then when we start 2027 together, we have then established already something much together.
So next season you're coming for 5 weeks,
5
I
weeks,
believe.
and then it will sort of grow year by year,
Yeah.
which also means that we can explore different kind of repertoire. We can go on tours. We can, of course, being here is very, very important because we've done quite a lot together already now, within the last 1-2 years. But actually, I want to meet the public here because we've been doing all the streaming concerts because of COVID.
You do have 2 other orchestras, wonderful, wonderful orchestras, by the way, Oslo Philharmonic and Orchestre Paris. How is that practically going to work? And because we're, of course, very keen not to offend anybody, and they're, of course, keen not to offend us. How is that going to work for you?
Yes, so for me it's a lot about scheduling very, very carefully and thinking of very different profiles, also repertoire-wise. And that's something which I really want to, it's a way of working which I've been thinking already earlier, to try to achieve a way of working where it would be very concentrated and very sustainable. Because, I mean, I love working, 1 week there, another week there, but at the end for the artistic result, it rarely is anything really, really deep.
Yeah, you're not a big fan of the going in and out, are you?
No, exactly, no. Because it's nice when you work together, then you continue next time you meet, and it's something which gives you so much more artistic and also personally, because you have a completely different personal engagement, to the musicians and also to the audience. So that's something. So I will basically reduce a lot of my guest conducting, and then concentrate, of course, being in Oslo and Paris very much, and then growing amount here, get to know you and of course the audience as well.
Why now? Why did you feel that now was a good time to take on a chief conductorship of such a sort of prominent orchestra?
There was just something in the chemistry and everything put together which made so much sense to me personally to accept the offer. Because of course for me, at the end, the music making is always the first priority, and the feeling, to do it with all of you, it's just something, I can't put into words. And with conductor, we are always depending on the orchestra. And when you meet an orchestra which makes you feel that you fly and you can do whatever, and you can really hear a sound, for example, because I'm a very sound-oriented conductor, maybe because I used to be a cellist and so on. So
hang on, what do you mean used to be a cellist?
Well, I still play, but not on the level of you guys. But
you've not heard me play the cello.
One day. But that's something which I always think about. Often is first the sound, because of course as a cellist you're often a lot dealing with the sound and the different density of the bow and the right vibrato with it. And of course, the Concertgebouw Orchestra has one of the most rare, most individual, most recognizable sounds in the world. And when you hear that, I remember hearing that for the first time, and that was really mind-blowing in this acoustic and with all of you. And that's something which is something which you have to make sure you preserve, but also develop in a way that it's flexible enough for all different styles. Yeah. And that's something I find so extremely fascinating about this orchestra, which is also for the long term, for me, a really, really great pleasure.
Did you hear the orchestra for the first time when you were conducting it for the first time, or had you been in the audience watching?
I've been hearing concerts both here and then actually also on tour when you came to Helsinki.
Yeah.
Many years ago. I was there, and of course, I mean, I'm a great record freak. I listen to all the recordings, so I love all your earliest stuff from Mengelberg until the present.
Oh wow!
So I mean, I can say that I'm quite familiar with it, but nothing beats standing there and being surrounded by it, and then being able to mold it and change and try different colors and different layers. And that's something which really is impossible to forget. And that was always, you know, at the back of my head, that okay, if you have that at your use, and you can really do whatever you really want to discover and find with it, with different repertoire, that can be a really amazing tool.
I'd like to remind you of the last sentence that I said the last time we spoke on camera, which was at Christmas 2020. You came in as an emergency conductor, and I said then that, and I'm going to quote, "I hope we have a long, fruitful relationship together." I didn't realize then, and you didn't realize then, that this was my little wish has come true.
That's true.
I can tell you that you are extremely welcome here, and it's really a blessing for us that you're here. I can't wait for you and the incredible Dutch audience to meet and to develop a relationship and to get to know each other. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
But there is one thing that we really do need to practice, and that is the stairs.
Oh.
Because we've seen some disasters going up and down these stairs, and I think as nobody is here, we should now practice you coming up and down the stairs.
Please teach me, because I never did that in front of the audience.
Well, then
and I'm very scared.
Well, come with me. Are you a one-step or a two-step man?
Let's see.
You're about to find out.
All right.
You go first.
Okay.
There we are. So far, so good.
Thank you.
Put them really small.